putting yourself in the shoes of someone who might be impacted by this. Non-doms, obviously, you touched upon briefly the private equity industry. They'll be thinking about carried interest potentially changes. Put yourself in the shoes of all the people who are likely to be impacted. Let's start with the non-dom aspect. Should anyone be doing anything at this stage? Should people be waiting? Or what should they be looking for in terms of Rachel Reeves' budget on October the 30th?
Look, the non-dom change is fundamental. This legislation has been around for nearly a century, and what they're saying is, for tax purposes, basically abandoning the concept of domicile. So these have wide-ranging impacts on the UK. People from all over the world have moved to the UK in part for this regime, and suddenly people who are planning with their families, with schools, with businesses for decades ahead, suddenly everything's up for grabs. And so, what should they be doing now? I think they need a plan B. If they are comfortable with worldwide tax after being in the UK for 4 years, then they can carry on living there. But fundamentally, that's not what people signed up for. They thought 15 years, then I have to leave. They thought, but assets into a trust, they're protected. That's all changed. So really, it's time to talk to your advisors. We kind of know where the non-dom regime is going to go. And the concerning thing for people is inheritance tax. So I've been in the UK for 10 years. And suddenly anything I have anywhere in the world is subject to inheritance tax. So I could have assets abroad that I can't even bring the proceeds of if something happens to me, my stake on, because of capital controls, for example, and that tax can't even be paid. So worldwide tax on assets, even in trusts, is something that's scaring people. I'm finding that inheritance tax is what's actually scaring people more. So these are, if you're a foreigner moved to the UK, you're thinking, well, after 10 years, suddenly everything, my ancestral home back in India or the US, wherever it may be, is suddenly chargeable to tax in the UK. I think that's where the detail people want to see. I think that's what people are concerned about.